Napoleon Hill once said, "Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit." And we couldn't agree more. This is Lift Me Up. We're here to have candid conversations about something we all face, trials and heartache. We're here to explore the positives that emerge from these things. We have a blast. Remember, no matter how tough things may seem, there's always a way to rise above. This is Lift Me Up.
Welcome back, everybody. That's the first time I've ever done a clap before one of these.
And
I don't know why. And we're back. It's good to have you.
Namaste.
I would take my hat off, but yeah. Freshly cut hair today, and looking really good. I had a guy on a call that I was on today who recently went to the bald side, and
nice.
He took his hat off, and I was like, "Hey!" In the middle of him talking, I sent him a text, right? And I'm like, "Dude, I gotta say, bald head looks good on you. Welcome to the party." Yeah. And he just gives me the thumbs up and the laughing emoji. So anyway. If funny. Mike would take off his mammoth hat,
that is exactly why I don't, because we don't need to have both Nate and I. We know that we match. It's fine.
That's perfect. Well, it is absolutely wonderful to be back. Super excited about how far we've gotten. I think this is episode 9 so far this season, and really excited about this one. I'm excited about having these two wonderful brothers and gentlemen on, and it's like a brother fest today. So
Nate Fest.
It's going to be Nate
Close.
Fest, dynamic. It's going to be good. Well, how's the week? Good, fantastic.
Mine was
good. Nate, Blake, how's the week been so far?
So far, so good.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Not liking the wind and the rain, but when in Idaho, you can't expect anything different.
What it was 75 yesterday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
talk about mental health. This is not helping.
This is not helping.
It's coming. It's giving us.
I know.
It is coming. It is coming. I'm excited
Slowly
for it.
but surely.
A little bit of golf season. I got to get out. Mike's already been out, so.
Right.
Anyway, well, we're ready for another episode. We got it, but like we do every time, we got to kick it off with Lift Me Up. And Mike, do you have something?
Yeah, of course I do.
Of course you do.
Of course.
What's your Lift Me Up this week?
Well, I'm going to bring up. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
As you should.
So yesterday was the 6-year anniversary of us losing our our second child. He was 2 days shy, so tomorrow's his birthday. Yesterday was his anniversary of his passing, but we have and I post about it every year, at least the last few years I have, and it's always just a light, but we have some anonymous I don't know, pinwheelers.
Pinwheelers.
So let me tell you the story briefly for those that have never, listened to our podcast or heard the story. My son had passed away back in 2020, April of 2020. So it was right when COVID started. Everybody was shut down. It was very frustrating for us as parents that had, a child that has touched so many people's lives. He was mentally handicapped. Physically as well as everything, but had a neurological degenerative disorder, passed away, and we had to do the most minimalistic funeral. It was horrible. And a really cool thing that happened was in our neighborhood, we had just moved in February of 2020, and he passed in April. So he actually didn't get a real good opportunity to meet a lot of the people in this neighborhood. But we knew some people in our congregation, in our church, and they kind of had set up a thing where to show support of our family, even though nobody really knew us, the entire neighborhood put up at least a couple of pinwheels or more in their yards to show support, which was incredible. So we got to drive around the neighborhood and be able to show all these or see all these homes that had pinwheels either in their windows or on their yards to show support for us, who 90% of them we had never met. So it kind of became his symbol, if you will. And so we have an anonymous person. I don't think it's anybody in our neighborhood, but they come every year the night before in the middle of the night, and they fill our front yard with pinwheels. And so yesterday was kind of a really pretty morning. Oh, I'm not crying, I promise yet. But it was a really pretty morning. It was very calm. You could hear one of my favorite things in the morning. And this is one thing I like about Idaho, golfing in the mornings, is very quiet. And the robins were chirping, and it was just very, very calm. And just, I had to leave for a work thing very early that morning. And so it was just cool to come out to that and see that, sometimes I forget that it even happens. And the next morning I come outside and it's there, and it's just wild. So for me, that is a lift me up every year. I don't anticipate it lasting forever. So whoever, does it, yes, it will kind of bring a tear to our eye to see it go, but I just want you to know we appreciate it while it's here. So for whoever.
And the fact that they can somehow get away with not being caught on the Ring camera blows my mind.
Our Ring camera sits, our door sits back further, so our door doesn't really catch our front yard as much. My driveway camera does occasionally, but I don't ever look, just for the fact that I don't want to have to. I want them to have it. If they want to be anonymous, I'm gonna allow them to do that. So
you are a stronger man than I.
Yeah, it's tempting.
Much.
It's tempting. So anyway, that was mine. So,
well, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you shared that, because that's always, from a family side, and seeing that, it's always the celebration of Trenton and how amazing he was, and the smile that he always put on everybody's face. He loved pinwheels, so that was a big part of that story. So, well, I mean, I don't even know how to go now. I'm not even close to fun.
Guys, I'm sorry. It's just.
It's okay. Maybe we should have all of us gone and then you go.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good laws.
That's a major lift me up. It's all meaningful.
That's right. It's all meaningful. I'll share mine. I've never really talked a ton about this, but when we moved up from Arizona to Idaho, it was met with like a lot of challenge. There was a lot of stuff happening, a lot of different dynamics. Anytime you move, we've talked about it. I think moving into the house we're in right now was our 26th move. We've been married 25 years almost. Yeah, when you consider that, always for the next opportunity, and
at some point, it's not a brag, okay? But
no, it's not. It's
Jeez Louise,
it's like super painful. But it felt like there was just like always one little challenge after another. And last week we got some news that really supported just it was like having a big weight lifted off of your shoulders. Just some of the stuff that just any of those little tedious things that just tend to wear on your mind. And sometimes they can drag on, and we as humans have a tendency to fail letting go. We don't know how to let go of things, right? Especially as men, tend to hold on to things, and we just bear it in our soul, and we don't talk about it. We don't share it. We're afraid of it because I think it suddenly we have to turn in our man card, which is a bunch of garbage. Anyways, but just had some stuff happen last week that was just really liberating and freeing. And, me personally, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I love business development. It's something that I've thrived in my life and have enjoyed the opportunity to be affiliated with different companies, many of which have been of my own, and then build them up and see the growth and everything that happens with it. And I kind of found myself in this like deep, like just not want to do anything, like always just be a little bit like probably 90% of who my personality was. But that 10% was always just kind of hovering with something over it. And getting the news last week, I had somebody, it was liberating. And last week I put the final touches on the book I'm working on. And I put a whole business plan around the book. I started a company over the weekend. All this stuff just starts flying. And at work today, somebody said, "You look different. Like you look like you, I don't know what's going on." And she just said, you look like different. I was like, honestly, I feel good. I feel really good. And it's sometimes just the comments by others, even internally, right? Like we have all the things happening. And we always see the outward of those we associate with most often. Sometimes it's a comment by somebody else that just says, you look happy. You look great. It's just like, yeah, you know what I do? I feel good too. And that was a super big lift me up for me, was that comment by somebody else today to me to just say, you look happy. And by golly, I am. So, I mean, Look at this. We got some awesome guys on here. And I'm wholly convinced that people don't tune in to listen to my flap our gums. I'm 100% it's because of the guests that we have the honor of having on. And that is no different than having Nate and Blake on here. And super excited to have you guys with us. Before we get into, learning more about each of you and what you guys are doing and building in this community, let's give you a chance. Nate, why don't you kick us off with your lift me up? What do you got for us?
I had something that I was planning on saying, and then I had something that happened today that just kind of came to my mind while you were talking.
That's perfect.
But my dad texted me today, which he doesn't text me very often, which in fact there's like 10 texts that I've sent him that he never replied to.
With no responses.
Yeah.
He has Google Photos or something. It gives him a memory every once in a while. And today, I don't know, I just had a bunch of pictures of me, I guess. So he sent me a link and he just said that he's proud of me and the man that I'm becoming and that we're associated. And I think we underestimate like the power that words have, and just like a simple text like that. And so it was nice to get something like that, and then to be able to say the same thing to my dad, how grateful I am for him and his example. And so I think with that, we can underestimate the power that words and simple text or phone call can have for somebody. Even if life is good, there's still power in our words and simple outreach like that. So if Dad's listening to this, thanks for the text. Send some more if you feel like it.
Me too.
Or answer the ones that
I don't know
unanswered.
if Blake got one today or not.
I didn't get one. Yeah. What the heck?
He's the favorite all the time, so I can get the text every once in a while.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, to make sure he's still thinking of you every now and then.
That's right.
We all have those. Mike. Oh man.
Yeah. Is it always the younger brother? No,
yeah,
I'm not.
Blake's the baby. No, you're not the baby. But
I'm not the baby. I wouldn't say we're favorites in for different reasons. Nate's, I mean, obviously, as you'll gather, we're very similar but very different. So it's Nate has different conversations with my dad than I have different than I do with my dad. So
Yeah.
it's nice. So it
Mine
works.
are mine are the ones that go, hey, how do I turn my phone back on? You know, like, how do I reset this? Like, well, wait a minute, how are you texting me? Anyway, yeah.
Oh, that's
All
funny.
right, Blake. Well, what do you got, Blake? How about yours?
Mine changed too. I had something before everything started, and while everybody's been talking, I was reminded of yesterday was my 28th birthday, and my
Oh,
wife,
sweet.
yeah, getting old. But my wife, she got me
we
a
won't
couple
go there.
gifts, and I opened one of them, and it was like a little Tupperware. I was like, "What the heck are you getting me a Tupperware for?" And I opened it up, and it's a bunch of notes from all the people that are close to me in life.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
It was awesome. Everybody wrote me a personal note, and all of them said how much they appreciated me and the example I am to them. And sometimes you forget that other people look up to you, and it was a good reminder of people watch you. So be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really meaningful. It was cool. I didn't think
that's amazing.
I would like it, or it would choke me up as much as it did, but it was really cool. And it really lifted me up this week.
One of
That's
my
great.
favorite things when I was in school and we did seminary was my teacher did a thing called humble chair, and one person would get called out to sit in the humble chair, and everyone else in the room had to write a note, like a nice note or something nice about that person. And that was like my favorite, because not to just be the person getting it, but it was fun because it's like you get it kind of anonymously, because you don't have to put your name on it, kind of anonymously, like put like, oh, hey, you're kind of cute, I appreciate that. So it's always fun and funny to like hear other people's perspectives, whether or not they tell you or not, like of really how much they appreciate you or something, that kind of stuff. It's humbling for sure.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really thoughtful.
That's cool.
So
That is
I
a
guess
good gift.
the big question is, did your dad put a note in there for you?
Yeah, I did get notes.
Oh, good. Okay.
That's
See,
good.
full circle.
We're good. We're even.
Yeah. I got a nice note from Nate too. It was really
That's
Oh,
good.
yeah,
there
it
you
was
go.
awesome.
Handwritten
go.
even. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
handwritten.
man.
The only one that was handwritten. All the other ones were like a screenshot.
Take
of
notes,
the text.
everyone. Yeah.
Wow.
Take notes. Literally, I mean,
Take notes.
literally take notes.
Just remember
Oh,
that the
man,
next
that's-
time he may tick you off or something.
Remember that note I gave you?
Yeah.
I want it back.
That's right.
Hang it up.
That handwritten note. Well, gentlemen, again, I said it before, and want to kick it off again, but appreciate you guys being on here and answering the message. I know that we always try to be, a little bit moldable as we get these things scheduled, because we're trying to fit in our normal lives and family and everything else that we all have going on. And appreciate you guys taking some time out and spending it with us to, I don't know, just talk and give everybody a chance to learn a little bit more about you guys and some of the message of what you guys have built. So I'll leave it up to you two. Rock, paper, scissors. I don't know, whatever. But why don't you tell us a little bit about you both, and one at a time, not at the same time. That would be bad video. So, but kick it off and let's get into it. We got some questions for you, so we want to learn a little bit more about the Judy boys.
Nate
Okay.
can go first.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm Nate. We own Tobin Restoration. So it's a full service restoration company. We do like fire, water, mold, emergency damage in homes and businesses. So we do reconstruction, the cleanup, just about everything that has to do with those situations. Our parents, mom and dad, bought the business in like 2007. I think it was. Our dad worked in the industry for 15 years before that, always wanted his own thing. Found out that Hal Tobin, the guy who started it, was retiring, and so he bought it, worked with him for a little bit, and then bought it from him. And then as we've gone through high school, we both went on missions and came back, and I didn't want anything to do with the family business. And, I was going to be a welder, actually. I had this dream of being a pipeline welder and went on a mission and figured out quickly. I was like, maybe that's not the best career path to have a family and do all the stuff. So somehow got sucked into the family business for a little bit. I got home and they promised a truck and a paycheck. And I was like, hey, that sounds pretty cool while I'm figuring out what I want to do. But I've just fell in love with the work, like helping people every day. Every day is different. Like in the emergency response stuff, you just never know who you're going to be meeting, what's going to be going on, what problem or challenge there is. And I love that about it. It's just always something to do, always changing, moves fast. And the people that we work with to be in this industry, like you got to be with it. There's a lot of emotion, fast paced. And so you just get surrounded by good people. So I really enjoy that part of it, and I've just learned to love the work and make things better and improve the business and just create something that we enjoy coming to every day. And that supports we got some crazy hobbies and stuff that we like to do, so we got to work hard to do that. I've been married for 12 years to my wife Kennedy. She grew up here in Ammon too. We actually grew up on the same street, and I always thought she was way out of my league.
And our mom are best friends too.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that brings there's a lot of dynamic to our marriage, but it's been fun. It's been really good. So
nobody had to force
kids.
a hand or not, right? No parents forced anybody's hand.
Yeah,
An arranged marriage.
I tried. I had to ask her out like 5 times before she finally said
There it is.
She's like, I don't want my mom like setting me up with somebody. So I was persistent. And yeah, she finally said yes. And yeah, we got married. We got 3 kids. I got a 7-year-old boy, a 4-year-old girl, and then a 2-year-old girl. So we're kind of right in the middle of it, and love them and just enjoying the stage of life that we're in right now. So
Nice.
Can't really complain about too much. We're blessed. So
Well,
Sweet.
Blake, obviously we got the download on the business. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your avenue of all the doings of Tobin?
Yeah, well, he did forget a few things. We own
all right,
Sunrise
here we
Cleaning
go
as well, which is
yes.
a carpet cleaning, dryer vent cleaning, HVAC cleaning company. We bought that, or our parents bought that in 2019, and we kind of bolted on as a division of Tobin Restoration. So they come in behind our reconstruction team, clean carpets on jobs that we were saving carpet on, cleaning HVAC on any job. I mean, somebody can call us and we'll go clean their house, we'll go clean their business. But that's something else that we do as well. And I play a big part in that company. I oversee all the business development of both Tobin Restoration and Sunrise. So I get to go out and talk to people all the time, which I love. Love meeting new people and helping them solve problems, and just being able to be kind of that person that they can lean on one of the hardest days when they have a fire or pipes break and they got to make a phone call, and it's me that they get to call, and I get to show up with a really good team and take care of them. And yeah, I love it. It's just something different. And I ran our mitigation department for 5 or 6 years, and that was a lot of fun. Like all the time, just running and gunning to every emergency and putting out a bunch of fires and doing it all with a little team. But moved into the business development stuff the first of last year, completely changed, different pace, where it was like there was always something to do when I was doing the mitigation work, where there was always a job or always something to write up or do. And now it's, if an appointment cancels on me, I get to go pound the pavement and do the grind and find new people to go talk to, which is fun. sometimes.
I'm kind of
Sometimes, yeah.
upset that you didn't say when somebody cancels, I just hit the golf course, but that's
Hey, I have had to pick up golf.
Pound the
I'll tell you
pin.
what,
Golf.
I
Have
am
had to pick
I'm
it
a
up,
terrible
huh?
golfer.
Fairway.
lots of business is done on the golf course, boys.
I found that out pretty quick, so I
There's
Yeah,
a
you're gonna have to teach me.
yeah.
hey, you got Mike and I here that can help out with that. No problem whatsoever. There's a group that I was a part of. You guys actually probably heard of it. There's a group that was called Restoration Golf League, and it started in Southern California, and then went into Phoenix, and I got connected to it in Phoenix, and I was a part of like this inaugural group where we were. I mean, we were having, it was golf once a month, and then you would, I hired a lot of guys off of that. I got a lot of work off of that. And I, when I moved up here, as you guys know, I was still in the industry, in the restoration industry, when I moved back up here, and they hit me up, and I almost had it set up where they were going to have a location here in Idaho Falls, the Southeast Idaho Restoration Golf League, as they have locations all over the United States now, and now they just opened one that they're starting in Salt Lake City. So they're going to have the Salt Lake Restoration Golf League. So anyway, it's kind of funny that you talk about golf and how much takes place on the golf course. That's any opportunity that presents itself, Mike and I will absolutely be there. That's for sure. So
We'll have to set something up then after this. But yeah, I've had to take that up. I'm definitely
it's a good thing.
So Blake, what's your family dynamic as far as,
Yeah, so I've been married for 4 years.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Her name is Eliza. She's from Ogden, Utah. I served a mission for our church, came home, lived the bachelor life for a while, kind of did what I wanted with my buddies and rode dirt bikes and hurt myself a bunch, and was like 24, and my mom kept telling me like, you need to get married, and doing all this stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm fine. Like if it comes, it comes. And then there was one day I was just scrolling on Instagram, and this BYU Idaho Barstool page posted a video of her friend doing this weird trick. And I was like, who in the world is this? Like clicked on who was tagged in the video and went to her profile. I was like, oh man, she's actually pretty cute. So I shot her a message on Instagram. And we went out the next night.
Slid into her DMs.
We got married like 4 months later.
Impressive.
I think you're the first person I've ever heard of actually doing that and having it work this way. Like, I mean, it's like a celebrity thing, right?
It was pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's impressive. Well done.
You need to find that message and frame it or something.
Yeah.
There's an anniversary gift that'll get you some extra points right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we've been married for 4 years. This past February was our 4-year anniversary, and we have a 2-year-old boy, and we just had a baby girl in January. So she's
nice.
Almost 3 months. Yeah.
Congratulations.
And we
Sweet.
got a little dog. So,
yeah. Well, I got one daughter that's almost your age, so
she's not that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, she's 22, right? So, yeah, whatever.
Well,
and I guess I should say. So here's I want to tell a little I want to tell a little bit of a funny story. So the night that I sent you two a text message asking if you guys would be on, we were headed to dinner as a family. And we're in my pickup, and and Alex is sitting in the back seat, right? And on the screen it says Nate, Judy, Blake, Judy, and from the CarPlay. And Alex goes, "What are you doing? Like, why are you texting the guys that I work for?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, you didn't hear?" He's like, "What?" I was like, "I'm coming, man. I'm coming to Tobin." And he goes, oh my gosh.
No.
And my wife goes, she goes, what, you don't want to work for your dad again? He goes, no, I kind of like not working for my dad. So he's been in restoration since he was 16. He dropped out of high school, got his GED, immediately went into restoration, right? Been working basically in resto, the moment he dropped out and got his GED, got into doing resto. So like that's what he's known pretty much his whole life. And part of the reason of wanting to have you guys on here is because, and Nate, I don't know if you remember this, I sent you a text. He had been there for probably 30 days, 45 days. I don't know if you remember this, but I said, I don't know what you're doing, but this kid's happy.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so that's the one that means a lot to me as a dad, right? And you want your people you want the people that are closest to you in your life to be well cared for. That's important to every single one of us. I think we could all agree that if any one of our kids had a moment of hurt or pain, we want to know why. And we're going to get to the bottom of it. And to see my son, who we've had on here as a guest, his episode was actually really, really fun to listen to. But having that kind of like the joy that comes with his everyday coming home and, hey man, how was your day? He's like, oh, it was good. Yeah, I demoed basically a whole entire house by myself. In fact, I think Blake, you might remember that when I showed up to get him water.
Yeah.
But I guess my question to you guys, and this is part of why we wanted to have you on. One, that experience, right? The second part of that, though, is what comes as a result of making that experience important. Service industries are notorious for having a poor work environment. Notorious for it. Because it's your attrition, your turnover, it's often known as a turn and burn industry. Any of those service industries, and restoration tends to get that way because mentally it's taxing. I mean, Blake, you talk about going and hitting houses and putting out fires, figurative, literally, but it's taxing and it wears people out really, really quickly. So how do you guys keep such a high, make it a place where people actually want to be? Because I can say that it's being witnessed. I've seen it. What are you guys doing?
I can take it.
Yeah, take that, Nate.
I think because it hasn't always been that way. Like Blake can tell you stories. Like he was managing the crew that was overturning people like crazy and dealing with drama and cancer. Like, we've seen it all too. We're learning lessons. We're young. We're trying to figure it out, and we still don't. I feel like we still don't have it where we want it to be. But one thing that we changed recently was like our intake process with the employees, like how we interview them, what we're looking for, how we find them, and who we're letting into our tribe or our team, to be there, because that's really what makes the culture and the environment is the people. It's like it's not me, it's not Blake, it's not whoever's in charge, it's everyone. Like you get one bad apple in there and things can go sour and go south. And so just getting really particular about what our core values are, what makes us us and makes, us comfortable and excited and creating that, and then making sure that whoever comes and gets on the bus with us has those same values and sees the same thing. And since we've done that, it's like, yeah, we haven't lost anybody. Like, haven't had drama, haven't had, there's always going to be a little bit of conflict and things to figure out, but I feel like it's been pretty healthy for the past year and a half, 2 years of just building and really protecting what's there and selective of who comes in and is a part of it. And I'd say that that's probably one of the biggest things that contributes to that. And then we're really vocal about that when we're through that process, so that if you do come on the team, it's like, like we've gone through this regimen or whatever, this system to make sure that you're what we want. And so I think that brings a good feeling to it too, because it's like, I'm here now, and I made it. Try to make it something like that. And it's like, and you better not mess it up, because that's why we picked you. We feel like you can do it and help us make it that. And so just being really vocal and upfront about that, I think that helps a lot.
Yeah, that's great. One, this is super random, but a thought came to mind as you were talking. I do follow you on social media, just since meeting you guys for the last couple of years and whatnot. But there was something I remember you guys posted on your social media, and someone had taken the security camera footage, and maybe one of you two remember this, of your guys' group hug that you guys had. I don't know who it was, whether you two were involved or not.
We were both.
But
we were both there. Yeah.
It was like a group hug with like 5 or 6 of you in the middle of your guys' warehouse, one morning or something like that. And honestly, like the fact that you have, like when you were just talking is why I thought of it, is just because it's like you're creating what you want it to be. And if they're okay with that and they see, from the top down, it really comes down that way. And so obviously you guys talking about it and being examples of it with things like that, I mean, that's incredible. I mean, it would be uncomfortable for some people, but they still know that you guys care, right? Like Alex would be one that would feel very uncomfortable in a group hug with a bunch of dudes, right?
I don't know. Like I could see Alex with the big old teddy bear.
I would
maybe
go grab Alex and throw him in a group hug, and I feel like I feel like cool.
But anyway, I thought that was super great to just show an example of kind of what you guys are shooting for, of what when you were talking of kind of exactly that example, which then also brings me to something that you had, I think it was Nate in his questionnaire had said, the grass gets greener where you water it, whichever one of you said that.
Yeah, it was Nate.
It was Nate. Yeah.
And that's exactly an example too, is where you put your effort is really where it's going to grow and it's going to, flourish. And people is where it's at. Really, it is.
It's number one.
If you go back to like the podcast we had with, my president and CEO for my company, our culture is very important to us as well. Like to the point that, we will hire somebody that has even 5 years less experience that fits our culture than somebody that had 10 years experience that doesn't fit our culture. That's how important it is. And I think with what you guys are trying to do is put effort into people. It's incredible. And that's why we wanted to add this layer to our podcast, is because there's people out there that own companies, that just run companies, that are managers, that care. And that's where we spend a lot of our time, is at work.
Yeah. The process that Nate talked about that we changed when we saw a big change, we made like a hiring packet that every manager, when they're interviewing somebody for a position, we go through this packet, and it's got all of our core values and then 3 questions underneath each core value. And each of the questions have to do with the specific core value. So our whole interview process is only about culture.
Yeah.
We could care less if they have any experience in the restoration field, in the carpet cleaning industry. We're specifically hiring for, are you a culture fit, and what's your attitude? And if it's a heck yeah, when we're interviewing them, that they've got a good attitude and that it's a good culture fit, then we will find a position for them within the company to work into, because those are few and far between. But it's been really.
And if they got experience, it's just a bonus, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, let me. Here's. maybe this is just having, I don't know, maybe having done it too long.
That's your problem.
That is my problem. That is 100% true. I look at, I've mentioned this on recordings before. If I was to estimate the number of people I've hired in my professional career, it would be quite literally in the probably 3,000 plus, right? And I wish that was a joke. It's probably even higher than, more, maybe to the 4,000. We used to hire 600 people a month in North Dakota. Okay. And guess whose signature was on every one of those? Mine. But guess what our turnover rate was? 130%. We had to hire more because we were losing more than we were hiring. I mean, wrap your head around that for a minute, right? We'd hire a guy from Kentucky. He'd come up to the fields. He'd make, he'd come for 6-7 months, make 70 grand and be like, I'm good for the year. 70,000 gets me a lot of money in Kentucky. I'm going to go home now. And I would lose him. And it didn't matter how, like you guys talk about changing the hiring process. We changed a lot of the hiring process and we still lost people. What I think was interesting, and both of you alluded to this, is hiring the culture and the fit. I wouldn't say we had a damaged culture because of the stigma that it was attached to that industry, right? So it's oil fields. People have this idea what it is. They watch Landman on TV and they think, oh yeah, this is Landman. That's a great show. You know what? Most of that's not true. Okay, first of all, but you guys both hit something so important. We started to lower our turnover rate when we started to engage people and make, Nate, you talked about, we talk about it. We're open, we're vocal. Blake, you talked about the fact that we hired to the strength of what our core values are. And those core values are non-negotiable. As long as if we feel like you fit that, then you're going to be a fit here and you find a way to make it fit. I look at something else that you guys probably don't see. And again, I alluded to the fact or mentioned the fact that my son works for you, right? And he loves it, absolutely loves it there. The thing that I see, though, is the friendships he's making. And he's got concerts booked that I'm paying hotels for. There's, I have several hundreds of thousands of hotel points. And I know he actually said that. He goes, hopefully your guys don't mind me using names, but Hector, he goes, I had to go get the phone from Hector because I really wanted the phone. And I was like, okay. But how many people, right? How many people are motivated to want to do that? Because you don't want to let the guy next to you down.
Yeah.
Like you talk about the group hug, like that's culture. That's creating something where you've created friendships and you're creating somewhere that people are like, I don't want to let the guy next to me down. I show up to work because I don't want to let him down.
Yeah.
And that is the hardest thing to create. And I think what you guys are doing is you're creating that, whether you know it or not. I think you probably do. But sometimes, sitting in a position that you do, you're at the 30,000 foot. They're literally in the weeds, and they don't see from where you are to be able to understand all of that stuff, and that's okay. But you're creating something that's incredibly positive. So
yeah, as long as it triggers that. Like something else we did too is when we hire you, we make you bring a family picture to the office, and we've got this wall upstairs with all the families. And then every new year we go through and do like new goals or ambitions or things that we want to do for that year for ourselves and our family. And so there's a whole wall of just, because it's like, it's not just us that are here. It's like, these are, you know, how I talked to Blake today. Well, he's got 2 kids and a wife. He's going to go home too. So if I'm rude or treat him bad or do something, you know, that spreads, and then he's going to take it home to these cute little babies. And it's like, everybody walks past that every day now. It's like, these are the people we're feeding. This is why we're doing this. This is who we're influencing. It's not just the 25 of us that are here, but there's literally like 100 people, plus all the customers and stuff we have, and just reminding us. It's right out of my office. I stare at it every day, and I just think it's cool to always have that perspective that, yeah, we come here, like everyone comes here to support the people on that wall. It's not just a come and work, but here's what we're working for, these people, and then here's a list of things that I want to accomplish and that I want to do for myself and my family. And it's there on the wall for everyone to see and to remind us that that's why we're doing it. So I know,
That's awesome.
like, yeah, everybody's been pretty big fans about that, and I like it too. And I think everybody should have a family wall in their office.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I love that. I'm interested to see what family pictures.
Does Alex have a picture of his family?
I'll have to go look. I'm here at the office, so
There's a few that haven't brought a picture.
Oh,
yeah,
you know
there's a
what?
few.
I
We
could
always
bang
said,
on the
like,
wall
we're gonna
right
get on
now.
Facebook and get like your worst Facebook picture and frame it and put it in there. So you
We do
bring
have
something
one
up.
employee
But we
that's
haven't
worked for
done
us
it.
for a while.
I've got some pictures of Nate with hair. I can find those for
There
you.
we go.
We do
Yeah.
have one
Man.
employee that wouldn't get us his picture for the longest time. And at our Christmas party this past year, somebody brought like a cow sweater and it has udders and everything on it. And we convinced him to put it on. And
And
Nate
that's
got this camera and he took a picture of him and we put it in his picture.
Yes.
On the wall. So
Perfect.
epic.
if you don't bring
Well,
this
you
in,
better-
we'll eventually get one of you somehow.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
you
I'm
bring
gonna,
one in to replace it, we'll replace it.
that's
I'm gonna
funny.
ask Alex what he's got submitted. So Blake, you better text me and let me know.
He's got one up there. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he does.
I love it. So I gotta follow up with you. So
Yeah.
when it's not all going well, right? Because we all have those moments. Stress, how do you, the weight of the 100+ people and the customers and all the stuff that wakes you up at night and go, oh crap, did I do that? Did I forget something and drop the ball? I don't know about you guys, but I think every one of us at some point in our life has woken up with that, heavy chest going,
Yeah.
I forgot to take care of that person. And how do you reset? How do you reconnect and find a way to get through that? What's the steps for you guys?
Want me to
Go
go
ahead,
first?
Yeah.
So I find myself in the mountains a lot when I'm soul searching or trying to find answers to prayers or looking for different ways to get through different hard times. I mean, like Nate said in the beginning, we have some pretty fun hobbies, and I feel like that's one of our that's how we were raised. I feel like our dad, that's one thing that he would do we would always be outside. And I don't know how he made it work. We'd be snowmobiling every weekend growing up. I have no idea how he made it happen, but we would wrench on snowmobiles all week to ride them on Saturdays. And we still do that to this day. And it's one of the things that I find myself, that's where some of the greatest ideas that I've had in my life come to me, and some of the things that I want to change, or just the different, I don't know, God just speaks to me differently when I'm away from my cell phone and away from people coming to my desk and asking me questions, when I can be alone with a motor or with a fishing pole or my binoculars. It's just peaceful and you can connect in a different way. So that's typically, and I feel like Nate's the same way. Or spending time with our we're in a different life now with our kids and different stage of life. I feel like spending time with my wife and kids as well is it just is a good reset. Like I look forward to the weekend, like we've been saying this whole time. The 90% of our time is spent at work. We really only get those couple hours at night and those 2 days on the weekends to really soak up the family time and to reset. And that's become really sacred time for me to block out, focus on my family and get out and do something. Don't sit at home, don't watch TV. Go reset as often as I can.
I love it. What about you, Nate? I mean, he may have answered it for you, but
It's in the blood, yeah. I mean, Dad raised us. We had a family motto, and it was "work hard, play hard," and it still is. He's got a flag in the garage. We made him a nice big poster. He's got it at the cabin, and it's just always been, we work hard so that we can play hard, and we do that, and that's how I unplug. Is the same thing. It's just there's something about nature and being outside, and where we're at in Idaho, you're 15 minutes away from all that and any of it, and I've just learned to enjoy that. I have an uncle. He wrote a book, and he talks about going to the mountains too. I think I put this on my thing, but he has a quote in it. It says, "When life gets blurry, seek higher ground," and that's something that's always resonated with me. And then when I read that and he introduced me to that, it's like, yeah, like exactly. It's like when you get up, it's clear. You're closer to the high power. I mean, I believe in God, and it's what he's created. It's where he goes to paint and create things, and you just feel closer to him. So we work hard so that we can go out and we can play hard. And that's really, I don't know how I would manage the stress and the stuff without it. And we know, you can tell when I haven't been out and done it, it's like my goal is once a week. I got to get out once a week to do something. Nice. And if I haven't done that, my wife will tell you, she knows when I haven't been out, and she encourages us, me to go out and to do it, because it does. I come back just different. It all leaves. I don't know what it is, but that's how we were wired. Yeah. So get to higher ground.
Interesting. Yeah. Get to higher ground. It's interesting, like I think we grew up with the same. Mike and I are 8 years eight years difference. Well, 7. About, I guess it is 7. And
that
so
means
we
Nate's
were
old.
That means Nate is old. Yes, that is true. But when I think of being outside, I think of what I like to call a nature walk. That usually means that I'm walking 18 holes. Yeah. And but isn't that interesting about the dynamic of the way that everybody familial, you're raised in these different you guys born and raised here in Idaho Falls, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so are we, right? How many times did we ever cross paths with one another until we all got a little bit older?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
But you need these, like the universe, you hear that phrase all the time. The universe connected us all, and all the stuff to it. You talk about going to the higher ground and having the clarity and the peace and everything that comes with that. I think I've noticed with a lot of conversations that we've had, not everybody has just this escape, and they clam up, they tighten up, they don't know how to get rid of it. How do you guys tie in the ability to do what you do and know how am I trying to say that? what you know is how to go outside, get outside, and to disconnect, right? And then it allows you to re-energize. How do you take that same energy with the people that you lead to then give them the ability to say, hey, you gotta disconnect? What's the message to your team over and over with knowing what you know? That was a long, drawn out. That's going to be one of these
long questions.
This is going to be one of these on YouTube. That's going to go, oh, here you go. Mike's going to be like, that one's not getting in there.
I think for me,
Anyway.
like, you can't force anyone to do anything, but you know, you always hear that the best way to teach somebody is by example. And I just try to, because a lot of times when I go to the mountains, like I'm leaving work to go. If it gets bad enough, it's like I'm out and I'll be back. And I know some of our people, we encourage them to do that too. It's like we can tell and feel it, and it's like, hey, you need to do whatever you need to do. And I know we've had conversations around that, like, you know, what do you do? What does take it away, and what makes you feel, because everyone's got their thing. And I've thought about that a lot. It's like we should be better at knowing what that is for our people, and when we feel that and can see it, then we help them do that. If they need to leave and go to the mountains, then we encourage them to do that. Or if, you know, whatever it is, if we got to go, if it's some snack or something that they want, then we help them do that. But Mom and Dad built a cabin in Island Park, and they have a little like apartment over the garage it's really nice, and they've set that up for employees. And so we've had situations where people are going through something hard or they're stressed out, and we've just told everyone that's there for you guys. Like, if you want to go up and stay and unplug and get away, it's there. And a lot of people have taken advantage of that, and you know, we have to kind of push them because people are weird about, you know, doing stuff like that. But it's like, this is, you know, that's why we did it. Nobody's there but you guys. And so there's been situations where things have happened and you can feel it, and you just, hey, you and your wife, you know, you guys go get away for the weekend and go up there and unplug. And so that's been something that we've offered and helped them with. We go out boating a lot in the summer, and so it gets busy in the summertime. So we try to get the boys out and go wake surfing and, you know, that's what works for us. And it seems to, you know, you only get a few. You invite everybody, but you only get a few that show up usually. But we try to share the passions that we have and the stuff that we enjoy with them, and see if it works. Some of it doesn't, but you know, I think for me, it's just being an example. Like, hey, when you feel like this, you need to know what works for you, and then you need to go do it. And that's what I do. And then I know they can see it and feel it when you come back. So,
I love that.
Something that we've done recently too, and I think it adds to like our retention of why people are staying. It goes along with what we're talking about of the, like, everybody has a set budget for a quarterly activity where they, like, our mitigation team just went paintballing on a Saturday morning.
I saw the welts.
They had a ball, like, had a ton of fun. Our repair managers, we have like five guys on our repair team. They all love guns, and they go shoot clay pigeons or go shoot their guns. Our carpet cleaners, they go out to lunch or what. I mean, that we just give the freedom to say, hey, set a budget, stay within the budget, but go do something fun. Take your team out, go blow off some steam. And Nate, he's our general manager, and he's been taking extra time with each manager that he oversees, where every 6 weeks he's taken that person for a ride along or for a drive to just escape the craziness of the office and the craziness of the cell phone and go talk. And I think that goes a long ways too. Of we can take them. We've got a thinking road, it's Bone Road, just outside of Idaho Falls. And sometimes I've been on that road by myself, and I'm passing my dad as he's going the other way, and I'm going the other way. Or Nate will be coming the other way, and I'll be going the other way. It's a road that a lot of thinking's been done on, and like we've been in the truck and we go drive down that road and talk, and it's cool to be able to do that with our employees and just unplug for a little bit in the middle of the day to go talk about what's going on personally, more so than professionally too.
Yeah, I think that's the key.
I think that's been, and I'm not perfect at it. I want to be. I'm trying better. It's like, yeah, you can get in the habit of just talking business and numbers and the same stuff every day, and we forget that we're like people. And so that's what I try to do is like every 6 weeks, we're just going to go out and we don't talk about work. We just talk about what we're working on in our families and with, ourselves. And, with my reports, I do that. And then it's like, hey, what do you want me to hold you accountable to? Are you reading a book, or you got a weight goal that you're working on? You got like screen time is something that I'm working on. And it's like, hey, and here's what I'm working on. So keep me accountable to it, and just taking time to be real with each other and not just, well, how much money you collect this week? What's your lead count? It's like that stuff's important, but even more so is, is life good? Is home good? How can we help there? What do you get? Because it's like a lot of people, you don't have mom and dad to go talk to, or like you don't have anyone to talk to about that stuff. And so you just get stuck and no other perspective. And so I want to create something where we just mix that up, and it's like we're really ingrained with each other and we know what's going on, and we're just helping build each other. So that's going to be our new mission statement: is we build people first. It's not
that's right.
We're a construction company, but we build people first. And that's internally, and then our customers too. How can we approach things that way with them? And so that's new. That's an idea, but that's the path.
It's not on the back of the truck right now. Come on,
dude.
now.
You just leaked
for a while.
I was gonna say you just leaked it
man.
to the largest podcast in Idaho.
We're saying it, but my vision of what that looks like it's just going to take time to build out. But that's what I want to create, is a place where people can come, and it's not just a paycheck and a job, but we help you become a better father, a better mom, a better sibling, a better, whatever it is. And I'd like a place where you come in and you level up and you go somewhere else where you just keep going. Because nobody's left, and we have a lot of good tenure, no turnover, but I think that you can get comfortable and complacent too. And I think we're seeing some of that. And so people always think that that's like the end goal, if everyone can stay, but it's like, I don't want that from my people either, or for the company. It's like, you always want fresh perspective, and I don't think we can grow fast enough and quick enough to where everyone can be leveling up to, what they want. And so we just got to be okay with people are going to come and go. But when they go, they are the biggest cheerleader, and they're twice the person they were when they showed up here. And I think if you can do that, like, you'll have a line out the front door of people that want to come be a part of the organization.
Yeah, because you hit to something very important. It's important to give. You can't possibly give everybody an opportunity to advance. It's just not. This is not a reality. What you can do is find ways to challenge them. At which point, you guys happen to operate in an industry that doesn't require, but that provides certifications. right? Any one of you could go do your job without a certification for it. It's probably not going to be taken very seriously. But the reality is that you've got these series of learnings and opportunity of growth and stuff like that that just naturally gives people progression. And I think that I love the way you said it. You want them. I think we all do as people that interact with people in their lives. We want to see them get better. We don't want to see them just be stuck. Being stuck is not fun for anybody. You want to see somebody just be better. And there's something liberating and valuable as an individual, almost selfish, right? Like all of a sudden we're like, oh man, yeah, dude, you see that guy, he just left. He just got a job doing this. And you're like, yep, started here.
Exactly.
Like, that's some pretty cool stuff. Some pretty cool stuff.
And then they're telling everyone, when they leave, they've got 4 or 5 people that want to take their spot. Yeah. Then it keeps us going, and training people and refining things, and you're not just relying on somebody that's been there forever and does it, because I just think you can get complacent and comfortable, and if you're always having to train people and move them through, you're just going to be paying more attention to what's going on and refining it and getting better and improving.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I think this is you guys have done a great job. I just want you to know that, I don't have expectations anytime I go into a podcast, but I just want you to know that, you guys are who you are, and you guys are who you say you are, is more to how I should say. And you guys reflect that. And we don't have, I know you guys, but I've never had the privilege of having a personal relationship with you. But the greatest thing for me is this, how you portray what you're trying to achieve is working. I mean, you're doing a great job. So I just want to commend you on that. You guys do a great job. You guys are great people. You care about the people you are around. And this went exactly how I wanted it to.
Sweet.
So
but we
great.
do have to end it though with one question that Mike asks every single guest.
Yep. So
go ahead, Mike.
So, and you guys can individually, I'd love to hear what you have to say, but we always ask every guest if you could leave our listeners with one thing to help them to move forward, whether it's personal things, work things, whatever. Just when we hit a roadblock, how do you help them move forward?
Well, one of the things that growing up, I could tell some stories, but I was always told that I could do hard things, and that's stuck with me. From being a young man and in the church young men's group and scared to go to scout camp, I could do hard things. And today it's, oh man, I don't want to go talk to this person, but I can do hard things, or whatever the situation is. I know that I can do hard things. And when I go do it, it wasn't even hard. It was the easiest thing I ever did. So that's usually advice that I'm giving myself all the time, or to other people, is that I can do hard things. So that's what I would tell people.
That's great.
Love that.
Like it. I think for me, like recently, is turn the phone off, turn the garbage off. There's so much out there that distracts us and like just eats your time. And if we can learn to turn that off and to focus on what does move things forward, because it's easy to get stuck, especially in the world we're in today. But if you really look at how you're spending your time, and I'm guilty of it too, what am I consuming and what is that doing for me? So as I've done that recently, a few months ago, I was part of like this cohort, like a men's group thing. We met every week for a few months. And it was awesome. And to kick that off, we went on like a 3-day retreat. We went to a cabin and had to turn the phones off. And the guy, it was my uncle, he was the one that was leading this, putting it on. He gave us a journal, and then he had like 30 questions. And we just went and sat in the trees and just journaled on these questions that he had. And I haven't had a weekend or a time like that where I felt so much clarity and understanding of like who I am and where I'm going and what I want to accomplish. And I've tried to keep that habit of just turn stuff off, sit in silence, write in a journal, and think about what it is. Why is there a roadblock? What are you going to do to get ahead of it? Because it's easy to just pull up Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or whatever it is and just scroll and do whatever. So for me, I came up with the rule of consuming to create. What am I watching? What am I listening to? What am I doing? Does it make me a better creator? Because if I'm creating, I'm going to move forward in some way. If I'm not, if I'm just consuming to consume stuff, I'm not going to go anywhere. So shows with my wife, podcast, music, like that's the rule. I don't keep it all the time. Like I want to work on that, but
we got to decompress.
We're all guilty.
We got to decompress sometimes.
But yeah, thinking of that, it's like there's shows that maybe it's not directly going to make me a better creator at something, but does it create an opportunity for me and my son to relate to something? We all watch a lot of Sea Boys on YouTube. I don't know if you guys watch the Sea Boys.
Occasionally.
Not the best, not like wholesome content. I don't know. It's good content, but creates an opportunity for me and my little boy to hang out.
Oh, yeah.
The reality TV show stuff that everyone gets into. It's like me and my wife watch some of that, and it's like, what does this do for us? Nothing. And so I think we got to pay attention to what's out there, because a lot of what's being put out just makes you want to be stuck, doesn't do anything for you. So that free time you have at night, driving to work, whatever it is, there's lots that we can consume that inspires us, makes us better creators. And if you're creating, you're gonna move forward. You just got to figure out what that creating piece is for you. So
I like
great.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, again, thank you for coming on, and excited to learn more about you and your business and what it is that you do to not just lift people up, but what it is that we can get, that we can all do for each other to lift people up around us. So with that, just to all of our listeners, make sure, viewers, whatever, a little bit of everything if you're looking on YouTube. Hopefully this is the content that is creating for you. And if you like it, please share it, get it out to those individuals you think could play an impact in their life. And we will talk to you next time. Have a great one.
This has been Lift Me Up. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe so more people get the content. We can't wait to be back for the next show. But in the meantime, find us on Facebook and Instagram at liftmeup.podcast and the website at liftmeuptalks.online.